Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm Azar Matani, and as always, I'm joined by the wonderful Tommy Sondi.
That's me.
And the tough tackling Tony O.
Morning, boys. That is actually a pretty accurate description. Tough tackling. Yeah. I know why you said it, but I know why you said
it's
it.
It's an exciting time. It's an exciting time, isn't it? I mean, we might as well not beat about the bush. Everyone is here for one fucking thing. And let's get into it. Ladies and gentlemen, week 1 of the NFL is about to begin. My Chicago Bears are, for the first time in about 7 years, actually interesting. With the first overall pick in the draft, they drafted Caleb Williams, extremely promising quarterback prospect. Please do not interrupt me. You will get your chance to speak about your own teams. Thank you to Carolina for that trade, by the way. With the 9th overall pick, they took Rome Odunze, one of the top 3 receiver prospects in the draft. They signed.
That's it. Yeah.
They signed. Please, we'll get there. I'm talking about more interesting teams first. They signed Keenan Allen, veteran wide receiver. Last season, they signed Montez Sweat, veteran defensive end. They signed Jalen Johnson to a long contract.
Who?
It's exciting to be a Bears fan for the first time in a while, and I'm genuinely afraid. Like, I don't expect them to be great, but it's interesting for once. We had Hard Knocks on TV. It was what I have a lot to say. It is NFL season.
Hey, if we're talking about other sports, then why was we hitting
the
U.S. Open going on?
No.
Yes.
No.
Why don't we just do that?
Actually, I did watch some of the U.S. Open yesterday. I watched a bit of a Coco Gauff game.
Christ.
Oh yeah, she lost that one.
Yeah, I heard. Can we stop, please? This is ridiculous at this point. Oh,
Tony,
man.
we're only about 2 minutes into the recording. We can't stop yet.
2 minutes too long. Oh my god. Yeah.
Look, all I'm saying is bear down, baby.
Okay.
It's time.
Okay.
It's time. Season's underway.
The leaves are changing. It's colder. It's really cold. Yeah. It's that time.
Yep.
It's a time that when refs start to really bud and make really great decisions. Is that sort of time too? Yeah. Well, you get your chance to talk about your feelings.
No,
on that.
you get your chance, man.
Yeah.
Why can't I just talk about the Bears for like 10 minutes?
Why don't we talk about cricket? Let's talk about cricket. Why not?
I don't want to talk about cricket. Look, if we come to cricket, man, Pakistan lost a test match at home to Bangladesh for the first time ever, and it's been real bad. Like, we look genuinely, it's very concerning how bad we look in the cricket right now.
Didn't you guys lose to the States or something? Did that happen?
Listen, no, I'm not discussing that again. We lost the US in the World T20, and all of my friends who don't watch cricket, all of a sudden were very interested in cricket that one day. But
I think baseball.
Just the current state.
Let's go to baseball.
Really
Why not?
Concern. I actually don't follow baseball, so I can't speak much on that.
I can, if you want. I can
go
also.
Ahead. Yeah. Please tell me.
Yeah. So Aaron Judge is having a great season. He's on pace for a crazy amount of home runs. Shohei Ohtani, who's not even pitching, he's unreal.
He has so many stolen bases on top of his home runs.
And home runs. Oh man! But listen, I can't handle Tony here. He's struggling.
I am excited. I'm excited
for
the analytics after this one, just to see what it looks like.
How many people click away in the first 4 minutes?
Or fast forward, you see a spike around 4.5 minutes in. Yeah. Okay.
Well, regular tradition.
All right. On to the more usual topics. Liverpool trash United yet again.
Yeah, that's what we're here for. There we go.
That's what we're here for. Casemiro, I mean, fuck a retirement home, man. That guy's career should be in hospice care at this point. This is some end of life shit. Like.
Yeah,
I honestly, like, I feel like when did we start this pod? 21, was it? 2021 that we started it?
I think so, yeah.
Must have been.
Yeah.
Can we just clip together everything I said the last few years? Because I feel like I have this conversation every season. I think I've said everything that I said.
Ole was your manager. Yeah, Ole was your manager. Yeah, Ole's at
it was
the wheel thing.
The 5-0, the 5-0, right? Yeah, so clip stuff from the 5-0. Did we lose them 4-0 last season or 3-0? Something like that?
I don't know.
I'm sure there was one the season before as well. Standard.
What is it that Ten Hag says in those interviews that you sent to me? He clips, I forget that wording, whatever. Yeah. He says the same stuff too. Yeah.
Just
stick to the plan.
Stick to the
Stick to the
plan.
plan. Yeah, stick to the plan. Yeah, that's it.
You ask him, what is the plan? It's just stick to the plan.
Oh, I know what the plan is.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
But without the first half.
Yeah, where's the good part?
Yeah. There you go.
Poor Sir Alex, He's gotta watch this stuff after going through, such success. He's in the stands there.
He's still going to games?
So he's still going to games.
Yeah, he's still going to games.
Yeah.
Why?
I guess
it's a waste of a Sunday.
Yeah.
Do
some gardening, whatever. Yeah, forget this. But yeah, Casemiro, 2 mistakes. Both goals led from his mistakes, right? Yeah.
Well, 2 mistakes that led to goals.
Yeah, that led to goals.
There were plenty of other mistakes.
He had more mistakes than he did. True that.
Yeah. I'm like at the point where did you see the bit where he had the ball in the touchline and then
I saw
he
it.
pulled a full Joe Biden and just forgot where he was and just started walking away from the ball.
In fairness, that just sums up what's wrong with your team because there was nobody that was an option for him, right? Like your keeper didn't show.
Don't leave the ball and walk away.
He lost his head. He's not a dribbler, right? You're asking him to run with the ball, and he gave up. He's like, screw it. We're gonna give it away anyway. Might as well just leave it here.
Oh man, he's so dusty. Even Saudi doesn't want him.
But look at Mainu. Mainu's looking. He's looking a mess as well.
No one's looking good, but Casemiro is particularly bad. And hey, you know what? Maybe his wife will tweet out his trophy cabinet again. Like, good on her for standing up for her guy. But, he ain't my husband. I don't gotta stand up for him.
I feel like he's an easy target. Like, don't get me wrong. He's declined as a footballer. But I do think if your team was set up better, he'd be playing much, much, much better than this. Because he's not the type... You wanted De Jong right at the start of Ten Hag's tenure. And you pivoted to Casemiro. We said at the time it makes no sense. Like he's not a deep line playmaker. He's never been that. He's a ball winner, and I mean Mainu's not really a deep line playmaker anyway. So who do you have that's going to do that job? So you're giving him the ball. We're talking about him making these passes and making mistakes. Well, that's not his game. Why is he doing this? And it's not Ugarte's game, by the way. So
it's not. He's a ball winner.
Yeah. So I don't understand the profiles that you're going for. It's like he signed maybe 7 or 8 Ajax players or players with some kind of Dutch association, maybe more, and still the key pieces aren't there. Don't really have that prolific striker. I mean, Xerxes.
He was at the end of a few.
But who cares about that? Who cares if you're on the end of it?
Don't put him away. Also, I don't know. Some people online.
That's not Xerxes' game either.
Some people online were pointing out, United had the same XG as Liverpool.
Yeah.
All our creation came when it was already 3-0. That doesn't fucking matter. Liverpool had taken their foot off the gas.
And I don't think anybody really thought you were going to score with all the XG you were creating.
The only
the
chance
header.
where I thought, it's the header is the only one where I was like, should have put that away.
But he's not good in the air. He's tall, so he wins headers, but he's not exactly. But anyway, that's not the point. It's not about the individuals. It's never going to work.
It's about the system.
Yeah, it's about the system.
Is shit.
Players are being asked to do things they're not supposed to do. Onana. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Was he at fault for any of the... Yes, he was at fault for the Salah goal, in my opinion. That's terrible goalkeeping. He's covering the wrong side of the goal. But...
genuinely...
It's a decent hit.
When you say so, there's such a reel of Salah goals going through my head right now that I'm struggling to pick out the one from yesterday.
The one when Mainu lost the ball.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, right after...
I think once Mainu lost the ball... My brain just went blank and went, we're going to concede again.
Yeah.
I think I stopped it. Right, it's almost like pass it off to him, didn't he?
Yeah. And it was at the near post. He's on the wrong side of the goal. But anyway, in general, it's not... Well, we're just waiting for November. I think we said November he'd be sacked.
It seems about right.
Yeah.
I hope not. It's the same old, but it's fun for us.
It is.
There's no change. Liverpool though.
But
the change is backroom stuff. right? They changed
Is
his back
it,
and stuff. So yeah.
Is that why they brought?
At what point does it start?
Rude.
This is just like watching. It's like watching a very funny TV show, but now you're watching reruns of it. Still good. There's just comfort watching it.
I'm not even sure it's still good. Honestly, you don't get the same buzz.
Oh no, it's good. It's
For
good.
us.
I guess. Yeah,
That's what I'm
it's
saying.
like a
For
rerun,
us,
right?
yeah.
You've seen it before. It's reruns. It's nothing new.
You know, this makes sense now why they brought Rude in, because he's just there for when they sack.
Well, he's going to take
him,
over
right?
as
He's gonna
interim
take over.
manager.
Yeah,
he's
that's
got
kinda-
experience.
Yeah, it makes so much sense now. Yeah, why he's there.
Yeah.
But
That was what everyone said when we signed him as well.
Exactly.
This is basically who's going to be our manager next season.
I'm actually like, the more I see Liverpool and Slot, I'm impressed like with this guy. You know, he's just kind of, I don't think he did Klopp play Gravenberch this much last season? He
No.
didn't, right? No,
I will
not
say
specific.
most of what Liverpool is good at the moment is what Klopp was good at. High turnovers, right? Like, this isn't what Slot wants to do yet, but they do look like they have that basic principle because they play with a double pivot. They push Soboslai higher up, but you know they're still transition FC. I think all 3 goals were in transition yesterday, right?
Yep.
So
All from turnovers in the middle of the pitch.
because I'm just saying this because I'm hearing a lot of people who really like, oh, now we have a coach that wants to play out from the back, keep control of games, and I'm like, yeah, but it's not like you're really scoring from these chances you're creating. In build-up, it's still high turnovers, which is great. I mean, they have the best attack in the league, in my opinion, by a long way. So, yeah, why not lean into that?
They didn't. I think the worry was like, okay, they got this new, maybe unproven coach coming in. It could be a disaster. It doesn't look like it's going that way.
This is what happens when your squad is built properly, right? The squad is built
also true,
properly.
yeah.
So
I don't
they're
know,
missing a
for me, it was
6,
that-
but it doesn't even feel like they're missing a 6 with
That's what he
Gravenberch
does,
there. Yeah.
I'm kind of surprised that he's kind of stepped into there pretty good. I was
Early
more
days.
shocked
Early
it is
days.
early days. 3 games, sure. I was more shocked that Salah's interview post game, where he was just like saying, "Yeah, this is my last season here. I've not heard it. No talks with the club about a contract extension, so I'm just gonna enjoy it. It's gonna enjoy my last season." I'm like, okay, he's just come out and said it. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
It's tough to kind of come back from that. I think. I mean, sure you can, but yeah, pretty damning words I think from Salah from at the end of that game.
I think most Liverpool fans are convinced he's going to be offered a new contract and he's going to stay.
I'm not
Me
convinced at
neither.
all about that.
Me neither. It's like he's at that age now where do you invest in another 3 to 4 years, or how many years is he going to accept?
What
It's
is
going to
he,
be on high.
32, I think. 31.
30. No, he can't be 31. He's got to be 32
It's
or
like
33.
33, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a tough one, eh? Do you give someone like that who's probably looking for a 3-4 year contract? Do you do that to? I mean, he's an elite player still. Right? It's a tough one.
He is a physical one-off, right? He's 32, actually. So, but he's unique in the sense that he's still he's a supreme athlete. You know what I mean? And he goes through a lot to make sure he's in fantastic shape. But at some point, there's going to be a decline that is noticeable. So,
Especially for a winger who relies on pace. It's hard to give someone like that a 3-4 year contract when they're 32. But hey,
but they
United
have
fans would be
Trent,
happy if Salah goes.
they have Van Dijk, they have Salah, all in the last year of their contracts. They're 3 best players. So, and Trent doesn't look like he wants to sign either. He's been moody.
Yeah. Van Dijk has
Get rid of all of them.
stuff.
Get rid of all of them, for the love of God. Please.
Yeah, United fans would be happy to see their.
I'll be just
backs. Yeah.
honestly, even if it's just Salah going, that man has tortured me so much over the last 4 years.
He's tortured all of us. He's tortured all of us, to be fair.
It feels to have tortured me more than the two of you.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
No, he's tortured me. He has. He's been playing against Zinchenko for the past.
No one cares about what he's done against Arsenal. No one cares about that.
Yeah, you'll care in a few weeks when we go to Anfield.
Not really. Not really. Actually, I would prefer if you beat them.
I'm gonna predict.
I got nothing else about this.
I'm gonna predict that before the end of the season, Manu's lost his place in the starting lineup. which is no fault of his own, but I don't like where that's going. I've seen it too many times recently where a young player just gets overburdened at the club. So, yeah.
I hope for my sake that you're incorrect.
You know who's not going to lose their place? Rashford. He's going to be there and he's going to be playing every game.
He's miserable. He is miserable, man. He's miserable.
So bad.
Yeah. What can you do?
You know, if he was willing to half his wages, maybe a third of his wages, I'd take him. I think he's still in there. I just think he can't be us right now at that club.
The amount of times I've seen him come up against a defender, there's spacing behind the defender, he's just not taking people on anymore.
Exactly.
I'm like, what? Just knock the ball past him. You're still fast. That's your thing.
Yeah.
That's lack of effort.
International break is there. You're saved.
God bless. NFL Week 1. Let's get started on that again. Thursday Night Football. Ravens against Chiefs.
Before you get next game, quick. Before we get into
You guys are gonna have to keep pulling me back from the fucking ledge. I'm telling you. Arsenal won. Brighton won. Tony, here's your 5 minutes to rant about referees. I'm gonna sit back, have a coffee.
I'm all ranted out, man. I mean, you could try to rile me up, but it's Chris Kavanagh. He's just an awful referee. He is. Last week, Neto got clotheslined by Joe Linton, and it's nothing. There's something wrong with the guy, man. He has main character syndrome. There are a few refs in the league that I think I heard somewhere that most of the Premier League referees don't have the right personality to be refs, right? Like they're too they want to raise their own...
Self-centered, self-absorbed.
Self-absorbed maybe is closer to what I'm thinking of. They're more focused on raising their own profile than actually... Like a conductor, for instance, right? You want to make sure you bring out the best of everyone in the orchestra. I just feel like these referees, instead of focusing on the health and safety of the players and making sure that the games run properly, it's like, no, I want to stamp my authority. Like, if he doesn't you can, if you really want to send Rice off. You can. But if he hadn't sent Rice off there, nobody is going to say anything 5 seconds later, you know? It's bizarre. When he showed the red, I thought it was for... Who was the guy on the floor? Veltman. I thought it was for Veltman. For the kick. That's what I thought.
For the kick.
Yeah. And then I realized that Rice is confused and he's giving it to Rice. I'm like, he hasn't given Rice a red card for that, surely. But, hey, what can you do? Yeah.
We've been complaining for how many years now about, like, the consistency of the refs. Like, everyone knows that the refs are generally incredibly inconsistent. Like, on the time-wasting thing, like, people brought up João Pedro kicking the ball away in the first half.
50 yards, he booted it. 50 yards.
There's, like, every week you see, like, the ball getting knocked away and stuff. And by the letter of the law, it's a yellow. But, you don't see it enforced consistently or anything like that. But at the same time, if you're already on a yellow card like Rice is, and this is like, I think two things are true. I think it's a stupid second yellow to give, and I think Rice has had a brain fart, and he has been an idiot briefly. Because I really rate him in how he plays the game generally and how he keeps his head most of the time. But I think if you're on a yellow, and you know the refs are... Rice has been in the league for 6-7 years now, something like that. You know these refs are idiots. Don't give them the fucking opportunity. It's the same thing you say to anyone on your team that picks up a yellow. Don't do anything stupid. I think he does something that usually isn't punished and shouldn't have been punished in this case, but I think he's also stupid.
I think I mostly agree with you. It's just that Rice has been doing this his entire career. He's never been booked for it. Like, most players don't get booked for it, And the ball is rolling towards him, and he just taps it away. You get what I mean? Like, Veltman can't even, legally, he can't even take the free kick. It's not in the right place. The ball's rolling towards him, and he just rolls it away. Again, by the way, gets absolutely booted for his troubles, right? That doesn't get punished. Like, I don't know. this is going to happen again. Maybe not to Rice, maybe he's learned his lesson, but for every other player in the Premier League, that same situation, they'll roll the ball away and they won't get sent off. Right? It's it's absolutely the inconsistency of the refereeing is obviously something we've touched on a bunch, but I don't know. I saw like the uproar online, and I'm like, it feels like both sides are true to me. I'm like, yeah, referee's an idiot. Rice should have maybe had a little bit more awareness of already being on a yellow and not doing that. Yeah. But it's, like you said, I don't expect to see anyone else get punished for it this season. Yeah. It is what it is. It's cost us because for 10 minutes, we were a mess after that red card. It took us a while to rebalance. And in that moment, we conceded a very bad goal. Thomas Partey and Gabriel kind of had a bit of a mix-up in defense. And, it's a bad goal to concede. We almost won it, though. Havertz at the end, he had a good chance after some really good play. Hey. At least we didn't lose it, all things considered.
Hey, you got 7 points from the first 3 games. You probably would have taken that at the start of the season. I would imagine so.
No, I wouldn't, because we have Tottenham and City next. I felt like we had to beat Villa. I wanted to be on 12 points by the time 12 points by the time we played City. That's the way I'm looking at it, right? So, I don't know. We'll see. You're right. Winning at Villa gives us the, cushion to drop points here, but now there's no margin. There's no room for error left. So
really doesn't help when City go up and absolutely slap around West Ham right after, and Erling Haaland's getting his second hat-trick in 2 weeks.
Yeah. He had his whole summer off. He's just refreshed, man. He's going to keep scoring, that guy. Yeah.
Can't wait for game 10 when he's spent. Yeah. But, yeah.
Well, that's okay. By that time, Foden will be back and firing, won't he?
Hey, they don't even have Rodri in their squad yet, too, guys. So he'll be back in there too. Tony just
you can see the light go out in Tony's eyes. Let's bring that light back and let's talk about Chelsea, because they drew 1-1 against Crystal Palace. A whole hatful of chances for Chelsea in this one. Nicholas Jackson scored again. John Obi Mikel is going to be very happy, upset. I'm not sure which one he's going to be at this point, but
indifferent. He doesn't care about Jackson. I can tell you that for free.
Really?
Yeah.
This game, it's just like tale of two halves. First half, I thought we were actually pretty good. We had a lot of chances, just couldn't score beyond the one that Jackson got. Palmer had a few chances, set up a good amount. There was a foul on Palmer by Hughes.
Will Hughes
that should have been a second booking, 100% blatant. So they probably should have been down to 10 men.
Good on Glasner for immediately subbing Hughes out after, because he knew, he's like, this guy's a liability. I need to get him out of here.
I thought Neto he maybe was a bit off. Palmer, I mean, who do we have on this side? Madueke was. He had a hat-trick last week.
His finishing was shocking. He kept missing the target in really good situations.
This is I feel like what we're gonna get with Chelsea's attack. With just other than Palmer, the players in there are very hot and cold. Yeah. It's a good thing you signed another very consistent player, which we will get to when we talk about transfers.
First half it was decent. We had to go, but. Second half, we were terrible. We were absolutely terrible. We didn't actually turn it on, I think, until 90th minute. I think Jackson had 2 good chances. And the first one, he tried to shoot from outside the box and go top right corner when he had Felix running on him, which he could just passed it, which he should have passed it. He doesn't have the smarts to do that. And then the second one, he was sent on through 1v1 the keeper.
It was a tight angle.
Yeah, it's tough. I'm not going to give him benefit of the doubt. He got a shot off. The keeper made a nice... I mean, Henderson was fantastic all game. I'll give him that. He was solid all around. So he had a couple of chances to score at the end. But that's it. The second half was just slow.
Felix looked good. Felix looked
Enzo was
good.
playing. Yeah, Felix. He comes on a sub. I don't know why Nkunku is coming on so late. Maybe he's just not fit. Maybe that's what it is. But I feel like he should be playing more. So I'm a bit surprised by that.
Wasn't
Where?
Nkunku playing all preseason?
Where is he
I
gonna
think-
play?
I think he got injured. I think he got injured a little bit, and maybe
He
that's why they're
did.
using him
But
back.
where is he gonna play?
I mean, they put him on the wing.
Stick
so
them all on. Stick them all
even
on.
though he
all
shouldn't
at
be a
once.
winger, right?
He's not a
on top of
winger,
that,
and
he's
Palmer
not a
is
winger.
playing in his position, and
Palmer
Palmer
is
is
playing
playing in
his
Felix's position. So it's like, where are they gonna play?
Where
you
they're
know
going to
what?
play is a public question that I feel is being asked every day.
It's a good thing you didn't sign another winger / number 10. But again, we will get on to that.
Yeah. Also, very strange in the second half is Palmer dropped deep a lot, and Enzo was playing a bit higher, which is kind of odd because you think you'd want the other way around. in a
No,
lot
I
of
get that.
situations.
I get that completely. Palmer is better at progressing the ball than Enzo. That's why he was probably
Well,
getting
yeah.
frustrated.
Frustrated,
probably-
but also you don't want Palmer back that
I
much.
know.
That's the
I
thing
know.
you want. Yeah.
But you need Lafia back. What's the injury with him?
I'm not sure. I'm honestly not sure. Gusto got injured as well this game.
So-
Hey,
Good-
just
good
in
thing-
time for Reece James to come back. And
Exactly.
you get 2
yeah,
weeks
3
out of
games,
him.
Right? Yeah, that's right. Right.
Yeah.
His suspension's. I totally forgot we were James. Man. So his suspension's now over. You're right. Wow, what a break he's had, eh? He's had the
Was
summer
Reese
off.
called up for the England squad?
I haven't even seen the call ups.
For Tommy's sake, I hope not. Because
It
if
could.
he was, he's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
Wait, who's calling him up? Who's the interim manager at the moment? Do we know?
It's not interim. It's is it Carsley?
It's Lee Carsley.
Yeah.
He is interim.
He's gonna get it. I don't count those as interim. Southgate was interim for 8 years, right? Like he's gonna get the job.
Okay, well, anyhow, I don't know if he's been called up or not, but he's had a nice long break. He should be super fresh and ready to go after the international break.
That hamstring, you can feel it. It's about to go.
I mean,
We should
never-
point out that Izzy's goal was nice.
Oh,
like
yeah,
it was
very
really
yes,
well taken.
Yes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
He's been so unlucky this season to not have scored before
Yeah.
this. But yeah,
I don't know how he's
He's
still
been hitting
there.
that shot all season. He's
I
so
don't
good.
know how he's still there. It's crazy.
He's still there because if they lost him, man, they'd be.
No, but no,
easily
he has a
down.
release clause. He has a release clause. If anyone wanted him, they could have had him. Or he had a release clause. No one paid it. I'm really surprised by
Yeah, I
that.
mean, it's certainly surprising. Yeah, I mean, they're gonna need him. Henderson's gonna need to perform for Palace to, have a good chance of staying up. They got. I guess we'll talk about transfers, but yeah, they got Nketiah too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Defenses are in trouble.
But yeah, for Chelsea, what is that? Is that 4 points for us?
4 points from the first 3
yeah.
games.
Yeah, same as
Win, draw,
last year.
loss.
No
We
change. No
oh my
difference.
god! Did
We're
you
the
see
same
the
team.
Did you see the Serviette game or Servette or whatever it's called?
I did not watch it. No, I did not watch the
Okay.
game against those napkins. No.
Wow, wow! Just
Lost a bunch
ju-
of napkins.
just wow.
We lost,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Did we lose? Was it 2-1 loss?
You lost 2-1 in the away leg. Thankfully, you won the home leg 2-0. So you
Just
went
about.
through.
You got battered in the home leg, but
Like
won that one.
Maresca was like panicking, throwing on like Palmer and everyone at the end.
That's funny. Honestly, all I can do is laugh.
Sometimes maybe shit.
Uh-huh.
Pretty much how it goes.
All I
Yeah.
can do is laugh for that, man. Yeah, I can't wait to see the next team play against tablecloths, maybe. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you also have you seen your Conference League draw?
Nah,
You got some Wi-Fi passwords in there, man.
Okay, good. I can
That's some back of the round. Honestly, just put in your Conference League draw. No one will ever be able to guess it.
Perfect, yeah. No one's watching it either, so it's perfect. Yeah.
Let's move on. Newcastle 2, Tottenham Hotspur 1, and ladies and gentlemen, it is the history of the Tottenham, as always. I don't know how Spurs managed to lose this one with the chances they had, but they found a way.
I know how they lost this one. Oh, high line,
Yep.
lovely, yeah, and then they
Yep.
just plays right through it. So easy, yeah. That's how they lose it.
This is them every week. Every week. They do this. They go all out attack and create a lot. they only have one elite finisher in the squad, and their defense is super stretched, right? Like, yeah, they could have conceded a few more from set pieces as well. They fixed nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, none
No
of the
Van de
issues
Ven
from
for
last
this one
season.
either, so
Yeah.
their covering pace is gone.
Yeah.
That's true.
What happened to him? Is he injured?
He picked up an injury.
That's not good.
He's picking up a few too many injuries at an early age, that's for sure.
He's prone to a
Look at
hamstring.
the sprints the poor
Yeah,
guy is having to
exactly.
do.
He's prone to a hamstring.
I played a men's league game a couple of weeks ago where we were just getting the suicidally high line, and we were just having to like run sprints from the 18-yard to the halfway line all game. I don't know how Van de Ven does it every week, because I was ready to revolt by full time.
Yeah. I don't know how. I was gonna say, Tony, I agree with you now with Brendan Johnson. Yeah, this is Agban Lahore, man.
Agban Lahore.
Yeah. It's terrible.
It's so clear, man. I don't know what you guys see in him. He's just a little bit fast, and yeah, that's it.
I think
Nothing
I just
else.
like him more than Agban Lahore.
Yeah, because you haven't heard him speak yet.
And may it stay that way.
Yeah.
Timo Werner came on too. He can't
Oh,
score
God bless.
either.
You know what? That made me happy. I like seeing Timo Werner coming on. I just like knowing that he's there.
Sri Lanka's
Yeah.
injured, right? I think he's injured.
Yeah,
He's
Sri
injured,
Lanka
yeah.
should be back after the international break.
Okay.
We've had Tonali making appearances now. He actually looked pretty decent.
He was
when
good in
came
the.
on.
He was good in the Carabao Cup. His first touch was an assist.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
hasn't
he's-
lost a step.
No, doesn't look like it. So
I mean, it's gonna be huge for Newcastle to have him, back in the squad because
you had them
If you
fourth,
think-
huh? You had them fourth.
that's what I mean. Like no Europe, right, for Newcastle, right?
No.
They're out, yeah.
No
So
Europe.
yeah, with their squad, I think they should be fighting. I think they should be.
No
getting
Europe,
up.
but they've somehow still managed to pick up a ton of injuries to start the season.
Who's injured?
Yeah.
Oh, is
they-
Shah injured? Can't
No,
remember.
Shaw is suspended.
Shaw is suspended.
Botman and someone else at the back are still out with injuries. I swear they lost some wingers. I think Barnes.
I
was
know
injured
Barnes,
For a bit, but
yeah,
he
he
did
just
come
got
on
back.
in this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they started off with a few injuries, but I think Callum Wilson might be hurt as well.
Harvey Barnes started, but it was his first.
Yeah, he started.
Yeah.
It was his first one.
Yeah.
But they do look. I mean, Tonali will be a big help. It'll be nice for other teams playing against them to know that there is a central midfielder in Newcastle that won't try and murder them and elbow them in the back of the head. But yeah, not much else to say about this one, but plenty to say about Everton 3, Bournemouth 2. Everton were 2-0 up in the 87th minute. That is the latest a team has ever been up by 2 or more goals in the Premier League and gone on to lose. That is astonishing. Like, their start to the season, I don't think could have been worse, because they lost 3-0 to Brighton, they lost 4-0 to Spurs, and now you have this from a position where you're like, okay, we finally put it together, we're finally going to get a win, to losing.
This is
in
somehow
9
the
minutes.
worst. This is somehow the worst.
This is the worst.
Yeah. The game was pretty flat until Everton scored, and then it felt like they were messing around instead of getting that killer third goal. Like to be fair, 2-0 up in the 87th minute, you kind of think it's safe.
Yeah,
But-
it should be safe.
Yeah, the collapse, like you could see it coming as well. The moment they conceded 2-1, just wave after wave of attack. They couldn't do anything to. Well, I say they couldn't do anything. The players weren't like even the winner.
You
Who's
see
the fullback?
Why is he did not step at all?
Yeah, he didn't
Coleman,
step,
yeah.
but Mikolenko didn't track his runner either. Like, he has a
That's-
free header at the far
Yeah.
post. I'm like, why are there only 2 Everton players in the box in the last minute of the game that they're about to lose? I'm like, where's the left back? And then you see the replay, and he's just watching. It's weird. Yeah, I don't know. I don't. It's weird for a Sean Dyche team. It's like all the circumstances are finally getting to them.
The one thing if Sean Dyche's teams always have done
It's hard
is
to beat.
they always fucking try.
Yeah.
They always try. Even if they are shit, even if they don't have quality, there is effort there, and there's just no effort in this Everton team right now.
I've said it before. Their team looks very championship. Now that they've lost a couple of players, like without Onana in there, it's just no. Where's the quality in the squad? Doucouré is getting older. Calvert-Lewin's Calvert-Lewin. He'll be hurt in a couple of days. Like, I don't know. Michael Keane is still starting for them. Scored a nice goal. Scored a nice goal, but
might be their best finisher in the squad, to be honest. Yeah.
Probably, yeah, based on that finish. And yet somehow I still think they'll sneak 17th. I don't know how, but yeah.
The only reason I have any faith in them is because I have faith in Sean Dyche to try to rescue a team. That's the only thing. Like, everything else about them just sucks. Like, from their on-pitch performances to their situation off the field.
Do you know how much trouble they'll be in if they go to the championship with that stadium and get stuck there? Like,
they're risking administration if they go down.
Yeah, they are. We'll see what happens.
National break is going to be good for them, probably. Nice little, just to, settle.
Who do they have afterwards?
Does it matter?
Well, they are, because they have Villa away.
They're Aston Villa away. That's
so
not,
I'd say it matters.
That's not the game you want.
Yeah,
you don't want to go to Villa Park.
Onana comes back. Yeah, he's in goal scoring form as well. Won't be surprised if he scores.
I can see them.
Yeah,
I can see them. Getting themselves a no draw there. Just
not a Villa. It may be if Villa were coming to them, but not at Villa Park, man. Let's move on. Transfer deadline day did just happen, but before we get into that, Mosquera watch somehow for a third week running is alive and well. Yerson Mosquera not the subject today though. Wilfred Ndidi. There's picture proof of this on because John McGinn did post it. Wilfred Ndidi got right up into John McGinn's ass.
What
is going on in the Premier League, man?
I don't know.
What is going on?
I don't know.
It's just a phenomenal picture. McGinn himself has posted it, calling it a nice surprise.
What was Ndidi doing? Like, what's his... What could be your justification?
Look, man, I know we joke about McGinn's ass's girth, volume, should we say? But you can't just go digging around in there, man. Just because there's a lot to explore doesn't mean
apparently you can.
Pull, he's being gravitational pull in there. I don't know.
It's true. Couldn't resist.
Maybe the Premier League sent a memo out to teams and saying, "Hey, we're trying to hit a certain demographic here. We need a little bit more of this and that." Okay? And that could be part of it. I don't know.
Premier League after dark, man. Premier League after dark.
But with the lights on, yeah.
Yeah, that could be it. Right?
I don't know. Yeah, it's interesting. I'll give you that.
It's you know what I thought Mosquera Watch was going to be like a 1 week joke. We're in week 3 of it now.
Wait, did he do anything this week? Did we know?
No. I don't think so. To be fair, I think we're watching way too many people at this point. Watching Joelinton, we're watching Mosquera, now we're watching Ndidi. Like, who's next?
We're starting our own Premier League registry, aren't we?
And how deep are they willing to dig? That's the question. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
Tommy, you had something you wanted to bring up.
Yes.
Yeah. Guys, I had something. So, you know how Chelsea? Their kits are ugly as heck this year, right? We know, right? You know how we don't have a sponsor on our front, right?
I forgot about that.
So I did forget about that as well.
Last season we had Infinite Athlete.
Is that what you had?
On top.
Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. So the geniuses over at Chelsea, who are, I guess they don't realize that a sponsorship on your shirt brings you money. Get someone in there. Like, they're just holding out. I don't get it. So it's been confirmed that we are in talks with a Chinese tire manufacturer I don't know if it's going to be in the front of the shirt, but this is what my research has led me to believe it will be the front. Shandong Linglong Tire Company apparently is going to be the new official sponsor for Chelsea. Whether they're going on a shirt or not, I don't know, but it was on, those banners you have on the touch lines, the ad banners in the pitch. So they were there at the first. So it looks like it's confirmed. So we may see on the front of our jerseys Shandong Linglong Tire Company.
This feels racist.
I'm just saying it's going to be there.
This doesn't feel right.
That's potentially what could be our sponsor. I've never heard of this company. This is entirely new to me. They are Chinese tire manufacturer.
Is it a real company? Is this a real company?
It's a real company, Tony. Yeah, it's a real company.
Are you getting a tire manufacturing company because your home shirts look like bus seats?
I mean, who do we have at one time? Was it Yokohama Tires or something?
You had Yokohama Tires
at one point, right? Yeah. Maybe we just like
look at how far you've fallen from Samsung, man.
I know. Yeah, maybe we just like tire companies, and that's kind of what they get. That's the most money from them. I don't know, but that's something that
the parking the bus jokes will write themselves in the
that's
shirt
true.
and sponsor combinations.
Yeah.
Top 10 tire enterprises. Global top 10.
Are they in there? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Shandong Linglong. Yeah, they're there. Yeah.
Wow. So they're a big company.
Okay. They're a thing. This is real. Unless this, somebody could have
This still feels like a bit. This still feels like a bit.
I don't know what to do with this. Yeah.
I'm happy that I know this, but I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do with it. It's Todd. Is it Todd? Yeah, Todd Bowley he's on a rampage to destroy you guys, just in every way he can.
If we're talking about Big Todd's big rampage, we have to talk about transfer deadline day because Chelsea were the stars of the show, as they are with every transfer window. Which one do you want to talk about first? Do we want Sterling or do we want Sancho? Because those were, I believe, the two big deals that Chelsea were involved in.
No, they were involved in what's his name?
Right, they were involved. Hang on, we need to talk about David Washington.
David Washington,
someone who I wasn't sure, I didn't even know existed. He was apparently signed by Chelsea
last
year ago.
Yep.
Sometime during the start of the Bowleyverse. You signed David Washington, and on deadline day, you attempted to money launder him to Strasbourg for 21 million euros for a man who apparently played once for Chelsea. He has one appearance.
He has one appearance.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of him in the kit on a field.
Could be Photoshop. We don't know.
It could.
I don't think he's real.
I guess it could.
Tommy, do you watch any Chelsea games? I thought you were going to say you saw a game where he was playing.
Hey, no. Tony, we have 60 players. Who can keep track of all this?
Yeah, I'm with Tommy on this one. This is impossible to keep track of. But so the story is, you were going to sell him to Strasbourg for 21 million euros. Everyone's like, this is money laundering because obviously Chelsea owners also own Strasbourg.
Yep.
Then the deal falls through. Then the deal is back on again, and then the deal eventually falls through because Chelsea was
couldn't agree terms.
And his cronies. No, Bowley and his cronies were genuinely like, they might actually get us on this one. That was the final thing. Initially, they couldn't agree terms. Then it was back on. And then it was like, oh, we might actually get into trouble for this one.
I think it was a reaction to...
my God, there's a dog on the podcast.
New signing.
Nothing else. Yeah, sign him up.
Bowley,
look at him.
Moose?
This is a very smart distraction tactic by Tommy.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you got. I like how you brought this up when we start talking about Chelsea transfers.
Yeah.
Sancho? Sterling? No. Let's talk about Moose.
He is knocking over your mic, Tommy.
Moose, get in the mic. I don't think he wants to be on mic.
Okay. Not on this topic.
Yeah.
No.
No, he's like, we're talking about Chelsea and I'm out of here, man.
I think it might have been a reaction to, what's his way, to UEFA. UEFA's, what will I call it? They passed some kind of rule that selling real estate is not going to count as raising revenue on the books. And Chelsea have been doing this recently.
You can't sell it to sister companies. is
Yes,
what it was.
yes, exactly. And I think that was a plan Chelsea or Todd Bowley had lined up, for all of this expenditure that they've been, yeah.
Rightfully so.
What is David Washington if not a piece of real estate?
Yeah. I don't know. Tommy, talk to us. Because, Moose has made his appearance on the pod. Yeah. Explain to me, first of all.
Moose, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm asking a genuine question
Let's
here. I'm asking a genuine question here.
Let's go.
Do you think any of your left wingers are better than Raheem Sterling? I'm not saying Sterling has no. I'm not saying Sterling has been great. That's not my question. Okay. I'm asking because you've gone through a lot of trouble to exile him from the squad, humiliate him, took his jersey number from him while he was still there, right? And you've not been able to. You tanked his value. You are paying 60% of his wages while he's playing for us. And by the way, considering the situation we found ourselves in, I'm happy with how this played out because we needed a winger. And, well, I am content with how this played out because we're still going to have this issue in 12 months' time that needs to be resolved about getting another forward. But on the topic of Chelsea,
right?
Why go through all this trouble to exile Sterling to bring in Sancho when you have Mudryk, you have Neto, now you have Sancho?
Okay,
yeah.
So Tony, first of all, it wasn't very hard. It was just a matter of Enzo going to the press and saying, Sterling's not in my plans, he's exiled. So it wasn't very hard. It was very easy to do.
Fuck me, I thought you were talking about Enzo Fernandez for a second. I forgot that your manager's name is also Enzo.
Marcia just says, hey, Sterling.
I'm more talking about the money that you spent to replace him.
And then he tells it to the whole world. Oh, by the way, this guy Sterling, he's not my plans. We want someone to buy him and get rid of him. Okay, great. So you use all negotiating. You have
exactly
power. It's all gone. And then, we can't find a suitor for him, so he has to go on loan. So that any club is going to agree to him, you're going to have to pay his wages. Okay, so you're screwed there. Then it's like, oh, hey, there's this guy named Sancho that United want to get rid of. Oh man, maybe we can get this guy. But hey, make sure it's an obligation to buy. We don't want just a loan, okay? Because we want to make sure we buy him.
You for that.
Okay?
I cannot believe United got a fee for Sancho on the wages he's on. I can't believe it. Honestly,
we're gonna get hey.
I thought you were gonna have to write it off.
Either so the obligation is Chelsea have to finish in the top 14. So either I get to see Tommy watch Chelsea finish 15th, or I get to get rid of Sancho. I am happy.
Yeah,
20 to 25 mil. I'm like, great. I'll snap your hand off for it.
So
why do you need Sancho?
Back to your question, Tony, about Sterling. Okay, is he better than Mudryk? Okay, you 100%. I gotta go. That's Mudryk. Yeah, you're way at the bottom. I will take that. Okay, Neto. On his day when he's fit, he's an electric winger. He's got pace, you know what I mean. But he's Sterling
got 18 goal contributions in the league last season. Neto's never gotten to that. Don't get me wrong. I think Neto is quality at what he's quality at. He's quick. He's very direct, and he puts in a good ball. I don't think he's better than Sterling. Yeah. Not yet. Maybe he could be, but who knows with Neto. But the point I'm trying to make is, what did you gain from this? Like, what is your squad better now that you've gotten rid of Sterling?
There's a question that everyone's been asking is, what's the plan here? All right, and there's probably one guy in the world that's like, yeah, I see how this is gonna work out. I see how this is all gonna play out. And the only guy there. I'm not even I was going to say it's Todd Bowley, but I'm not sure at this point it is him, all right? But there's only one person, because otherwise there's no plan. You know what's going to happen? Chelsea's going to sell one of these guys at some point, and it's going to be a huge profit. And it's going to be like, you see? That's why we did it. That was genius.
Who could you possibly sell for a huge profit?
I don't know.
Cole Palmer, maybe, but
I don't know.
Cole Palmer's the only one you're making a profit on right now.
And it would be...
Might.
But it would be tough to sell Palmer on profit. You got him for 45 million, right? And he's on a 9-year contract. when you started giving
I-
out these contracts, they told us it was because it protects the value of the player. There's no need. They have the financial security. I wasn't expecting you to renew contracts once you gave out this 9-year contract. Yeah, here we are.
Why are you extending them 2 years into
Why are you
the
extending
season?
Jackson's
That's
contract?
insane.
Why?
Because, Tony, every goal you score, you deserve another year on your contract. Okay, that's how it works at Chelsea Football Club. Okay? You got an assist? All right, you get 2 more assists, we'll give you another year in your contract. Okay? That's how it works, Tony. It's a different system. Hey, listen, other football clubs, they haven't realized that this is how things work. All right?
Sorry, Tony. We don't
You guys
understand. That's our
You
bad.
guys are in the stone
That's our bad.
ages of
Sorry.
contracts and all that, right? This is the new football, Tony. All right, this is how things get done around here. Okay, 10-year contracts, all this blah blah blah. But jokes aside, I think it's pretty evident that Chelsea has a new wage structure. They've shut the door on Sterling. They shut the door on Chilwell. By the way, We haven't
Age
talked about
structure,
Chilwell.
you mean? Age
Age
structure.
structure, but also they're also making over 200,000 a week, and I think one of the big reasons why
You brought in Sancho. You don't
brought in
have
Sancho.
that already
But we're
throws your
not
theory
paying full
out.
Sancho wages. I think it's also
Yeah,
You
he
are
will be
buying
next
him.
year.
yeah, that's for next year. Yeah, 20. It'll be reworked. It'll be reworked.
What are you talking about? What you said
What is
just
this
doesn't make any
conversation turned
sense.
into?
You saw how the Osimhen talks broke down, right?
Oh, and by the way, you are paying 175,000 a week for Sterling.
To who?
Sterling.
To Sterling? Oh yeah. Just,
So-
that's the upper echelon. I think that's the upper echelon of the top.
Yeah, but that's for a
then
guy
you
who's
brought
not
in
playing for
Sancho.
you.
And then you brought in Sancho. You're going to be paying like what, 100?
Tony,
Where's-
I'm dipping in the bottom of the well here, trying to find some reasons here. Okay, like I don't know. I don't get it as much as anyone else.
It feels like you're trying to stockpile talent and you're hoping that you just get fined. And maybe a transfer ban and then...
No,
or- and maybe
honestly, I don't even think it's that.
Honestly,
I just think it's
transfer
one
ban
person.
Chelsea. A transfer ban for Chelsea would be saving them from themselves
Yeah.
at
It
this
would.
point.
Yeah, maybe they expect it, but honestly, I still think it's like they're going to get one of these players to be a prophet. Like, see, I told you it works. That's how it is, and that's going to be
Okay.
the excuse.
And then
That's
we'll
what
clap. And then they get relegated
No one's
for...
clapping.
or they get relegated for financial mismanagement. Right? Like, it is a threat the way you're going.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm surprised it's not a bigger threat than it is right now.
Well, these things just drop all of a sudden, right?
Yeah.
Like there is talk about it at the moment. Yeah, I mean there were other transfers. We kind of dug down at Chelsea because you were, as Zuzi said, the stars of the show on deadline day. Everything kind of linked back to Chelsea one way or another.
We didn't
so
even talk about Osimhen not coming either.
Osimhen,
Osimhen, I mean,
he's
you
a
said
mess.
Chalobah out on loan to Palace.
Kepa to
apparently
Bournemouth.
they're
Kepa to
to Bournemouth.
Yeah, I didn't even know that happened.
Jesus
I just
Christ.
saw him on the weekend. So I was like, oh,
That's
wow.
why
Just saw
Arsenal
the
got
kid
that.
there.
Yeah. Speaking of Arsenal, we signed Sterling, which, like I said, I'm happy about. I wake up on transfer deadline day wondering who we're going to sign. What's the news I get? Mikel Merino, injured for 2 months.
Oh, yeah, injured.
Yeah.
On his first training session, everyone's talking about how he's this duel monster and he never loses any duels. Man goes into one training session with Gabriel, breaks his shoulder. Yeah. So, and we have no Declan Rice. So we have basically no midfield for Spurs. Exciting.
Hey, people could get injured on international break. You might even have less of a midfield even then. So.
Great. Yeah.
Always looking on the bright side of life, aren't you, Tommy?
Yeah.
Yep.
Was there any other business? Did United buy anyone? I don't remember if you did.
Yeah, it
anything.
was just like getting rid of Sancho. I guess Ugarte's deal was finalized, but we knew that was happening a few days in advance.
Did Chelsea
It's
buy
just a
anyone
matter of-
other than
No,
Sancho?
it was departures. You had McTominay.
It was just Sancho, I think.
Oh yeah, McTominay
Yeah.
finalized his move to Napoli.
You know the
Scotland
crazy stat about I heard about McTominay. He's been in the club since he was like, what, 3-4 years old.
6 years old.
Yeah, he was there before Rooney signed. Is that true? And then
That's probable. Yeah, it's possible. Sorry.
22. He was there 22 years. So
yeah.
Rooney signed 2004, 2005.
2004. Yeah, because he scored against us at Pizzagate. So 2004. Yeah. So 20 years ago. So yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's crazy. He's been at the club that long.
You're gonna miss
Sad,
him.
to be honest.
You are gonna miss him because he is the one
I-
goal scorer you had in your team. Yeah.
I miss it. Well, yeah. Wish we could have sold Casemiro instead. But such is life. I genuinely I hope he does well in Napoli. Like I will always be rooting for him.
As for other transfers, Nketiah went to Palace, right? That went through.
Yep.
Edouard on it was loaned to Leicester.
Yeah.
Kind of opposite that. Ayew. Ooh, we didn't mention Jordan Ayew.
See,
right?
that's why they signed Edward. They signed Ayew, and they're like, we fucked up. We bought the wrong guy from Palace.
Did you see the goal he scored on his debut?
He's already
Please
scored a
stop
banger,
this.
though.
Stop
No.
this.
Yeah.
I wasn't
You saw
watching
it.
the Carabao.
You saw it.
Okay,
We
I
know
didn't
you
wa-
saw it.
You tried to
It's
link
not
it to
repeat.
me. I didn't watch it.
You
It's on his
talked
screen right now.
about
Why
it.
would I?
Just
Why would
watching
I?
it right now
Why
on
would
the
I
screen,
click on?
yeah.
Why would I click on malware?
Uzi
Why would
is
I click on
he's
malware
a closet
that you
at
sent me?
He's a
Please,
closet at
Please,
don't insult me. All the
His
shit you
desktop
guys have talked to me on
background
this
is
podcast over the years, and this is the most insulting thing you've ever said to me.
Yeah, we
How
know.
dare you?
We know Uzi. Yeah.
Have some fucking decency. Have some fucking decency.
Fulham signed
Please, decorum.
Reece Nelson. Fulham have become like Arsenal B or Arsenal C. I'm gonna start watching them this season. Leno, Iwobi, Smith Rowe, Nelson.
They've become what Sunderland were towards the end of Fergie's time at United. We'd just send everyone up there.
By the way, Adama's looking good. He's looking good all of a sudden.
I can't believe
scored
that.
this
I
weekend,
honestly
didn't he?
can't believe he
Like-
scored, yeah.
I'm like, I need to see a run from him before I believe it. But I'm like, it's some output from Big Adama.
Yeah.
Baby oil stocks are on the rise. I mean, I guess we gotta end on a bit of a down note. Unfortunately, former Cardiff City player Sol Bamba, I believe he was a manager in Turkey right now, at the age of 39, has passed away from cancer. I believe he beat cancer once before, but it unfortunately came back and he passed away over the weekend. I remember watching him play when he was in the Premier League, and he was really, really good and just a well-liked guy. It's going to be a huge loss to the football world. 39 is no age to go.
Yeah, good player. I think mostly with Cardiff. Yeah.
Spell it Blackburn as well, if I'm not mistaken.
I think that was Chris Samba.
Oh, fuck, I confused Samba and Bamba.
Yeah, I
My
think
bad.
that was Chris Samba.
That is something that has continued with me over the years.
Yeah.
Cardiff, I definitely remember him.
Yeah. And I think he was at Middlesbrough. But maybe he was at Blackburn, I don't know. But anyway, really, really sad news. It caught me by surprise. I didn't even know he had cancer. So, yeah.
I just remembered the news of him beating it a few years back.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
That sucks.
it's... No, definitely very, very sad news. After a very sad week for the sporting world.
Yeah.
Probably people are aware of the Johnny Gaudreau news, and there was an NFL player who got shot and is thankfully doing okay. He got shot yesterday. Ricky Pearsall, first round pick for the Niners. But yeah, I don't know. Give the people you love a hug. Tell them you love them. Feels weird to be doing the plug for the Instagram and Twitter and stuff after that, but you know where to find us, you know where to get us. As always, thank you for joining me, Tommy.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Pleasure as always.
Bring Moose back for future pods, please. Thank you for joining me, Tony.
We need to update that logo. Yeah.
Yeah, get Moose on the pod.
So
Yeah.
I'm trying to find a way to get the headphones to. I mean, he just. I was going crazy. But I want to get the headphones stuck on him and just have him on the mic just for like 2 seconds, just to get that photo.
Yeah, long enough for me to screen grab it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.